IPHA Philippines, PSA Taiwan, PSA Uzbekistan, VNU HCMPO Vietnam. Is there any full member here that is present but didn't get a chance to mark their presence in the chat box? Then please type Hawaii now. We'll give you a few moments. Otherwise, roll call will be closed and we'll begin with the Regional Assembly. PSA Taiwan. Okay, thank you, PSA Taiwan. Okay. Okay, seems like nobody else. Thank you, PSA Taiwan, sorry. So we'll begin with the Regional Assembly if the chair is ready.
Thank you, Sue. Right now, I would like to propose the resumption of standing order. Do we have any proposal seconder? Okay, proposed by IPSF India, seconded by BEMFF UI Indonesia. With that, I would like to go for procedure motion to have a quick vote among full members. If you are for the procedure motion to resume the standing orders, please put a Y. Otherwise, please put an N in the chat box. Full members. Okay, thank you. With simple majority has passed to resume the standing order, I would put up the parliamentary. RMPO, could you stop sharing the screen? Moises? Okay, thank you.
Yep, all good.
Okay, I would like to resume back the assembly and revisit the motion number 30 that we had where we actually agreed to delay the annual report of contact persons who weren't present in the last session and to go through these motions only in the next session, which is today. So I'd like to, can I have motion 30 on the screen, please? Sorry, motion 29. Let me check. No, 29. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I apologize. The motion is not 29, its motion is 30. Sorry. Motion 30. Okay, motion 30, it reads, this the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts annual report of the contact person on DUPC Bangladesh for the year 2021-2022. Do we have anybody from DUPC here? Drew here, are you ready? Drew here?
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Am I audible?
Drew here, the floor is yours to present your annual report. Okay, I see that there's, okay. Can I invite Sue to clarify if we have received the submission of the annual report from the UPC Bangladesh? Thank you, Sue, the floor is yours.
Thank you, TK, for the floor. This is Sue and the IPSF APRO Secretary 2021 to 2022. To provide a point of information, DUPC, EPC, CAMPSA, UOPMSU, and USPSA, who will be in the upcoming motions. sorry, I'm going to mute that, have not been able to submit their annual reports, though, so there will be no presentation. I'll leave it to the chair of the assembly to either open the floor to accept or reject these motions. But yeah, there have been no annual report submissions from them.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Surin. I would like to ask the assembly if there is any comments on this motion, consideration for the point of information. Is there anyone else who would like to speak or propose anything? I see that there's none. I would like to open the floor for discussion. If there's anybody who wish to speak on this motion. I see that there's none as well. I would like to close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members, just for a point of information as well, no report was received from the member organizations that Regional Secretary has outlined earlier. If you are against this motion, please raise your voting cards. If you are against this motion, please raise your voting cards. Okay, everybody now wake up. Suin, what is the eligible votes? Can you remind me, is it 11 or is it 12?
Just a second. Meeting secretaries. Oh, we forgot to announce it at the beginning of the meeting, sorry. I think we had all full members in attendance today.
Okay, sure. Okay. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Against? Okay, thank you. For full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay, as a chair, everybody seemed a little bit confused at the context, so I'm gonna propose to revote everybody, okay? Technically, there's no interruption during the voting phase. So I'm gonna, before I, this motion 30 is the motion to accept the annual report of the contact person 𝐀𝐬𝐬𝐸 Bangladesh for the year 2022. Just now, we had received a point of information from Secretary that there were associations who did not submit the annual reports. Okay, so everybody's on the same page. And then we open for discussion. Nobody speaks, we closed it. Now we are going for voting whether we accept this motion or not. Okay, I'm gonna go open the floor for voting again. Anyone, for full members who are against this motion to accept, please put up the voting cards. One, two, okay. Scrutineers, please help to count. PSET, is that against? Okay. Okay, thank you. If you are against, please put down your voting cards. For full members who are for this motion, please put down your voting cards. I don't know if the vote, is it? Okay. I see NZ New Zealand. Okay. Scrutineers, once the results are ready, please help me update the parliamentary system, please. Okay. Scrutineous. No, not the correct one. Nope. Okay, thank you. One full member voting for and 11 full member voting against. With that, this motion did not pass. I would like to move on to motion 31, please. Motion 31, this the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific General Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the contact person of EPC Bangladesh for the year 2021-2022. Again, we did not referring back to the point of information by Suin Lee, IPSF APRO Regional Secretary. We did not receive the RWG did not receive the annual report from the contact person of EPC Bangladesh. With that, I would like to open the floor for discussion if there is anybody who wish to speak on this motion. Okay, I see that there is none. I would like to close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay, thank you, full members. We can put out our voting cards. For full members who are for this motion, okay, you can put out voting cards and USPs. Thank you. For full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. We have 𝐀𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐿 and 𝐀𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐿 who have yet to vote. Okay, I saw 𝐀𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐿. Okay, so thank you, 𝐀𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐿 and 𝐀𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬. You can put out voting cards. Scrutineers, I would like to trouble you to update the voting results on the parliamentary system, please. Yes, correct. Yeah. Okay, thank you. With that, 2 full members have voted for and 10 full members have voted against this motion. With that, this motion 31 did not pass. With that, I would like to move on to motion 32. Okay, motion 32 states this the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific General Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the contact person of Camp PSA Cambodia for the year 2022. Once again, we did not receive the annual report. The RWG did not receive the annual report from the contact person of Camp PSA Cambodia. With that, I'd like to open the floor for discussion. Okay, I see that there's none, so I'd like to close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay, thank you, full members. You can put on your voting cards. For full members who are for this motion, please put out voting cards. Okay, thank you. Can I trouble the scrutineers to update the voting results, please? Okay. With that, all 12 full members has voted against this motion. With that, motion 32 did not pass as well. Okay. With that, I would like to move on to motion 33. This the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific General Assembly accepts and adopts and report the contact person of PSAHK Hong Kong for the year 2021-2022. Do we have 𝐀𝐏𝐑𝐎? Are you here?
I'm here.
Thank you. The floor is, this motion is for you to present your annual report. Just give me a moment now. Okay, with that, the floor is yours.
Okay. So now I'm going to present my annual report of PSAHK from 2021 to 2022.
Sorry, 𝐀𝐏𝐑𝐎. I would like to reinforce the standing order. Before you speak, you have to state your name and the association that you are presenting before you begin your presentation. With that, I would like to pass you back the floor.
I am 𝐸𝐏𝐿𝐿 from PSAHK Pharmacy Students Association of Hong Kong. Okay, is that I can present? Okay, so the outline of my presentation would be, first, I'm going to briefly introduce PSAHK. Also, I am going to update some projects and activities we have done, and also some student exchange program and final remarks. So for our introduction, we are Pharmacy Student Association of Hong Kong, and we are a very young organization. We established since 2020, and we have now 336 members, which consists of all Hong Kong pharmacy students. And our vision and mission is to connect pharmacy students across Hong Kong and garner international events, projects, exchange, and internship opportunities for local students. More of our information can be found in our Facebook website. And first, for our introduction is our organizational structure. The highest priority is general meeting and followed by our committee members, which are our president, secretary, contact person, and treasurer. Okay, so yes, following would be our projects. To be honest, we didn't have many projects, and the following is our only project we have made, which is the 30th inauguration ceremony of the Pharmacy Society. It is a formal occasion that marks the commencement of term of office of Pharmacy Society, MSHKUSU, which is the Pharmacy Society of the University of Hong Kong, session 2022. In this activity, we aim to build and strengthen bonds with guests from external pharmacy organization, department staff, and student bodies. And we have 33 number of outreach. And we have invited some guest speaker to speak for us. And the bottom right corner is our group photo. So my presentation has come to an end, and this would be our final remark. The number of activity report would be 1, and we are really thankful for the help from IPSF APRO. And many of the originally planned activities are canceled due to the pandemic, and we really hope that we can have a larger team of committee members, because this time we didn't have many activities. And we also hope to develop more student exchange programs, because we haven't done any of them in the past. Okay, so this would be my end of presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, contact person of PSAHK Hong Kong. With that, I would like to open the floor for discussion. If anybody wish to speak on this motion, please put up your comments through the speaker list. I'll keep the speaker list open for the next 10 seconds. Okay, I see that there is none. I would like to close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay, scrutineers, please stop to count. Thank you. For full members who are, okay, you can, if you are against, you can put down your voting card now. For full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay. Okay, let's wait for the. Okay, full members, you can put down your voting cards now. Thank you. Okay, we have 11 full members voting for passing this motion. With that, the Regional Assembly accepted the annual report, the contact person of the IPSF HK in Hong Kong. 𝐀𝐏𝐑𝐎, would you like to say a few words? Hi, contact person from PSKH Hong Kong. Are you here?
Hi, I'm here.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for voting for. Thank you very much. I don't have anything to say.
Okay, thank you. With that, I'd like to move on to the subsequent motion that we have to cover. Let me see. I believe is the motion number 42. Okay, motion 42 states this: the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific General Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the contact persons of UOP MSU Myanmar for the year 2022. We also received the point of information from Suin, IPSF APRO Secretary, that we did not receive an annual report. With that, I'd like to open the floor for discussion. If there's any members of the assembly who wish to speak on this motion. I see that there's none. I would like to proceed to close the discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Scrutineers, please start to count. Okay, full members, you can put on voting cards already. Thank you. Scrutineers, can I trouble you to update the parliamentary system? Oh, I realized something. Is there any full members who are for this motion? Please put out voting cards. I see that there's none. Okay. Sorry, scrutineers, we can put out voting cards. Thank you. All 12 full members have voted against this motion. Motion 42 did not pass. With that, I would like to move on to the next motion that we are supposed to be on, which is motion 44. Can I have the parliamentary system? Okay, thank you. Motion 44 states this: the 24 IPSF Asia Pacific General Assembly assesses and adopts the annual report of the contact person of NPSA Nepal for the year 2022. With that, Equity, we have Equity on the call. Equity, the floor is yours. Equity, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Equity, the floor is yours.
Thank you, everyone. Akriti and CP of NPSA Nepal. Today, I'm here to present the report of Nepal Pharmacy Students Association, NPSA. Next slide. Founded in 2007, Nepal Pharmacy Student Association is an active member of International Pharmaceutical Students Federation, which took the membership in 2008 respectively. We have currently 500 plus members who are currently represented, but 150 members are our direct members. Our vision is to help create competent Nepalese pharmacists. Our mission is to encircle all Nepalese pharmacy students in a common platform and offer quality programs and events to improve their understanding and skill on professional matters. Next slide. The objective of our organization includes to promote public health, promote pharmacy education, leadership and its development, promote national and international partnership and relationship, enhance health-related awareness. Similarly, in our organization structure, we have 2 members in our advisory board, whereas 11 members are our executive members and 22 different college ambassadors, followed by more than 150 general members. Next slide. So here are the few of our projects that we have conducted in this mandate by far. The first being the training on time management and emotional intelligence, which was provided by IPSF certified Alpha trainer Ms. 𝐀𝐬𝐬𝐞𝐦𝐻 on February 11, 2022. Next slide. Next slide, please. So the second project was of World Autism Day events, which include a webinar, which included 2 different events. The first one being webinar on autism spectrum disorder, causes, early diagnosis and treatment. And the second one being community awareness program, which was collaborated with Autism Care Society Nepal and Asian Medical Students Association Nepal, AMSA Nepal, on the occasion of World Autism Day on April 2, 2022. Next slide. The third event is 8th Nepal Pharma Expo, where NPSA collaborated with Association of Pharmaceutical Producers of Nepal, APON, and actively volunteer in all of its event, which was held in Bharatpur, Chitwan on April 22 to 24th, 2022. Next slide. The fourth one event is an online clinical case solving competition relating the management of hypertension, which is open for all IPSF member organizations to participate. We had one winner from PSA Taiwan, followed by Nepal and India respectively, which includes 68 registrants and 3 winners. Next slide. So these are the projects that we had organized in collaboration. The first one is drug disposal awareness school competition, Pusta Career Conclave, and patient counseling competition, which was collaborated with IBP and student networks and other IPSF member organizations. Next slide. These are the mini activities that we did under our organization. The first one being NPSA Virtual College Tour, where we traveled to around 22 different pharmacy colleges of Nepal. Then the release of NPSA merchandise, which was a t-shirt and a cup. And then we also celebrated various public health days on our social medias. Next slide. So these are our upcoming event. Actually, the first event is already been organized since this slide was prepared a bit earlier. So this healthcare and pharmaceutical waste management, which comes under APRO focus project, is already been organized last Friday. And the other event includes inter-association pharmacy article writing competition, which is in collaboration with IPSF Pakistan. And then we are also organizing a national health camp at a rural community in the coming days. Next slide. So for student exchange program, we are currently not running any physical student exchange program. However, we are planning to organize one virtual program in the coming few months. Next slide. So we have submitted 3 activity reports, and NPSA this year will be able to improve its networking and partnership by partnering with prestigious organizations both nationally and internationally. This has surely allowed us to deliver the event of the quality. APRO has been really supportive to NPSA in helping to conduct events and look forward to work with other associations in future as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Equity. Right, with that, I would like to open the floor for discussion. For any members who wish to speak on this motion, please put up your comment through the speaker list. I'll wait for another 10 seconds. Okay, I see that there's none. I would like to close this motion for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. I see that there is none. For full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. Scrutineers, please stop to count the votes. Okay, I would like to thank you, full members. You can put out voting cards. All 12 full members has unanimously voted for this motion. With that, this motion has passed unanimously. Congratulations to Equity. Equity, do you have any words to say to the assembly?
Thank you everyone for listening to our presentation and supporting NPSA. We wish for further collaboration in the coming days as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, with that, I would like to move on to motion 45. Can I have motion 45 on the parliamentary system, please? Motion 45 reads, this the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the contact person of APSA New Zealand for the year 2020-2022. Okay, we have Anna. The floor is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Anna and I'm the CP of APSA New Zealand, and I'll be presenting the annual report for 2021 to 2022. Next slide. So the outline is to briefly introduce the member organisation and also to update the projects and activities that was held from last year July to this year June, and run over the student exchange program and the final remarks as well. Next slide. So APSA stands for Auckland Pharmacy Students Association, So we are a non-profit or student association that is elected by and run by the pharmacy students. We aim to represent the interests of students of University of Auckland, and not only the professional academic stage, but also in the smaller community settings. We are committed to providing students with a well-rounded selection of social, sporting, and educational events in the hope of providing a holistic university experience for budding health professionals. So next slide, please. So we are led by a small executive committee of students who liaise with the pharmacy school staff and members of professional committees and sponsors. So we have like president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and etc. Next slide. So to introduce Project 1, we introduced the IPSF to our program APSA, and the objectives were to introduce what we do, IPSF does, alongside with what the APRO branch is to our members. So the number of outreach was around 100, and so we introduced IPSF during the orientation week to the incoming pharmacy students, alongside online during Club Expo week to all pharmacy students. That allowed them to get an understanding of what we do and how they could get involved. Next slide. And project number 2 was promoting APSA's IPSF on Instagram and Facebook. So the objectives were to create a separate space for IPSF related events to be advertised to APSA students. All registration for IPSF events are posted online here alongside sharing various other media. As not all events can be promoted, like due to time differences, the most feasible and relevant opportunities are posted here. And the number of outreach is approximately 500. Next slide. And the final project is to also promote IPSF to APSA, alongside with explaining the roles of CP, SEO, and opportunities available in different pharmacy organizations. So the number of outreach was 100. And this was done in collaboration with NAPS and NZ APSO. So we held an online Zoom session where we went over each other's organization and how pharmacy school runs. Next slide. To go over the student exchange program in APSA, 2021 was the first year that APSA New Zealand has joined IPSF. So the SCP attended the SEO training via Zoom earlier this year and gathered the information on how to set up this program. So we have planned the early planning stage, and that is to meet with our academic director due to the current situation of our coronavirus. The university unfortunately has banned any overseas exchange at least until 2023. So a draft local SCP plan has been made, but until the university lifts the ban, there's not much we can achieve, unfortunately. Next slide. So going forwards, we want to spread the word to students in APSA about the SCP, and they're quite excited about this new opportunity. The current focus is to promote the SCP and gain students' interest, and by the time we're able to join and participate in the SCP, there'll be students who want to take up this opportunity, and hopefully the university lifts the ban. Next slide. So the final remarks from me is, as a new organisation, IPSF as a new CP, there are definitely many challenges and new waters that had to be tested out, but we're still figuring out what IPSF will look like in APSA, and is taking important steps in order to do so. So after participating in various meetings and other organisations' events, it has allowed me to gain a better perspective on the role. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. With that, I would like to open the floor for discussion. If there's any members who wish to speak on this motion, please put your new comments through the chat, to the not chat box, to the speaker list. Okay, I see that there's none. I would like to close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay, for full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. Scrutineers, please help to count. Okay, thank you, full members. You can put on voting cards. All 12 full members have unanimously voted for this motion. With that, this motion has passed unanimously. Congratulations to Anna. Do you have any words to say to this assembly?
Thank you everyone for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the regional assembly. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, I'd like to move on to the next motion, motion 46. Motion 46 read this the 24th IPS Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the contact person of JPP Asia Pi Philippines. Is it Ella or Carmi who is going to present? Ella, are you going to be presenting?
Yeah. Hello, good afternoon.
Okay.
Carmi will be presenting, and I will be sharing how it's presented.
Okay, I'll technically I have to give you the floor, but okay, the floor is yours. Give me a moment. Okay, you can have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. I'm sorry for earlier. So, good afternoon, everyone. This is Ella from JPP. May hapon sa tanan may adlaw. We are the Junior Philippine Pharmacy Association Thai chapter, and along with me right now is Carmen Ordeno, our organization's student exchange officer, and we'll be presenting to you our IPSF APRO annual report. So let's get to know more about our organization, the JPPHA5. Our organization is based on Philippines, specifically at the Queen City of the South, Cebu City. JPPHA5 encompasses 280 members and advocates for quality pharmaceutical education and studies, and it serves the Department of Pharmacy and student training, integrity, compassion, and student driven by the concept of greatness. Next slide, please. As you can see, this is our organizational chart for academic year 2021-2022. Next slide, please. The Junior Philippine Pharmacists Association, Pi chapter takes part in the involvement of COVID-19 pandemic information campaign, in which the organization releases an informative video that provides helpful information that can guard us and stay away from the threats of the virus. Moreover, the chapter also cultivates the Filipino cultural and heritage campaign that promotes the wonders of the Philippines as one of the series that is showcasing the traditional medicine of the Philippines, which highlights the 10 herbal medicines approved by the Department of Health of our country. Moreover, the cultural heritage of the Philippines by introducing its archipelago national dance, which is the Philippine the national costume and such, introduces how Filipinos are. Moreover, next slide, please. We also have the we are also actively in participating or in partnership with the national organizations in Philippines, which we have the Pharma2 class and introduction to IPSF and our vote to our future, a voters education webinar as our involvements together with the UPPHA. The first one was with our very own past president, Ms. Oyaw, for her knowledge and experiences shared throughout the event. And the second one, which is the Our Vote RPH, which focus on identifying and enlightening the issues that affect the youth and their power in 2022 last elections. Next slide, please. The JPPHA also participated in the recently concluded In Focus chapter virtual tour by the FJCPPHA, which also features a video presentation that features the institution, our own institution, University of San Carlos, Talamban campus, which is located at Cebu City. This event is headed by the FJCPPHA by promoting its chapter school identity and unity. I'll make it over to you, to Carmi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carmi Versity, the Student Exchange Officer of GPPHA5. So the
I
organization,
intervene it here. Technically, the floor is still with Ella. Once you're done, you can pass me back the floor and I can give the floor to the next speaker. Gabriel, are you done with your part of the presentation?
Yes, yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
I
thank
would
you.
like to.
mm.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
To Kami, right?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I would like to pass the floor to Kami to complete the rest of the presentation. Kami, the floor is yours.
thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Carmi, the Student Exchange Officer of GPPH API. So the organization also joined the following campaigns that you can see on the screen, like such as the rare disease campaign. So next slide, please. So our organization created a lot of programs, and the following are the highlighted ones. That during the USC Days 2021, we present the eConsulta free virtual clinic in which patients can talk or can inquire to the registered pharmacist, nurse, and nutritionist dietitian. So next slide, please. Next is we have the Farm Body System 2021, which catered to 100 freshmen. This established a rapport between the freshmen and online mentors as they started pharmacy school. Next slide, please. We have the FATutor with a reach of 90 to 100 students in number. This aids younger students in their academic endeavors. Next slide. We have the Load Subsidy Program. This program reached 50 students. This assists them or serves as a backup to the intermittent data of students during exams. Next. So for the established partnerships, the GPPH API for this term have formed various local and international relationships. Next slide, please. Next is the FASICAT. This provides farmates the opportunity to display their skills online during the break in the midst of the semester. This reached 200 to 300 students. So next is we have the PAI Kamustahan 2021, which gave importance to the well-being aspect of an individual. This program leaves 50 to 60 officers and members who are physically and mentally stressed caused by the online course and organizational duties. Also, just ignore the content of the slide because it was the same from the previous one. So the gist of this program, Summer Party, is that after finals week, the students can enjoy their vacation and as a reward for making it throughout the academic year. So next slide. The organization helped also during the SHCP research webinar and series parts 1 to 4, reaching 50 to 100 students. This guides the third year pharmacy students in developing timely and practical research at the end of the academic year. Next slide, please. So here we have the introduction to natural product discovery and development, which benefited 150 to 200 students. This encouraged the participants to discover and innovate more. Next slide, please. So we have here the Kahayag Victims of Odette Donation Drive. This provides urgent assistance to the Super Typhoon Odette victims in many areas of Visayas. So this drive was able to give relief goods to 120 families. Mr. Chair, I would like to give the floor to Gabriel Ella to finish the remaining slides.
Thank you. Gabriel, time is a bit tight, but the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, this is Ella from JPPH API. And to continue last AP last APPS 2021, we were able to send 20 to 35 students who were able to participate, and we were able to have subsidized 6 people who were really engaging in the events. One of those is Carmi. And next slide, please. Now we are ready for APPS 2022. So, and we were able to subsidize 10 students from our chapter for this APPS. Last slide. And our highlight for this year is the pie merchandise. We were able to launch our JPPHA pie merchandise batch 1 for 2022. And we were able to reach the money for 33,000 as a profit. Last slide. However, in the terms of the students exchange program in JPPHA pie, we weren't able to really have the student exchange program, but we were able to have prepare some details for virtual SAP, and we are looking forward for this year to continue in launching it. Closing remarks. This year's event, or this year's mandate, or for a term of service is abang, the pandemic had a significant impact on the world, affecting the most organization activities, as it forced the world into seclusion and distancing. We were made settled in the comfort of our home, and now as we are already in the second year for utilizing the virtual platforms, it led the organization to easily expand and reach the coverage of connecting us with worldwide and local organizations through virtual activities and projects that would have been difficult to implement in a physical setting due to expenses. Despite the adversities, the organization still upholds its principles and virtues that will mold individuals with professionalism and discipline. Events that were conducted in accordance with investigate pragmatic benefits of a whole student tree. Hence, the organization will continue to strive and lend help to the students, making them the more competent and knowledgeable enough in the field of pharmacy. Lastly, we aim to maintain our success and active engagement in online activities and programs, as well as the physical activities as we gradually return to face-to-face classes. Thus, the Junior Philippine Pharmacists Association PI chapter encapsulate in strengthening service resilience, patience, collaboration, partnership, and positive perception in the future. Thereby, the lead team will continue to conceptualize and initiate activities and campaigns amidst the stroke of hardships, living and blazing the Paidayan spirit. But that would be all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to open the floor for discussion. If there's anyone who wishes to speak on this motion, please put up your new comments through the speaker list. Maybe 5 more seconds. We'll wait. Okay, I see that there's none. I would like to close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put up your voting cards. Against this motion, please put up your voting cards. Okay, I see that there's none. For full members who are for this motion, please put up your voting cards. Continuous, please help to count and update the parliamentary system. Full members, we are still counting. If you are for this motion, please put out voting cards. Yeah. Anyone from IPSA? Anyone from IPSA? Do we have Eugene from IPSA Malaysia? Okay. Just give me a moment as we try to contact. Okay, thank you. Thank you, full members. You can put on voting cards. For any full members who wish to you can put on voting cards, thank you. For any full members who wish to abstain, please put on voting cards. Okay, thank you. We have 11 full members voting for this motion with 1 spot vote. I would like to congratulate JPP Asia Pacific Philippines for the Regional Assembly APRO annual report. I can give Ella. Would you like to say a few words to the assembly?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is Ola again. I would like to thank you all, the full members, and for the organization and the rest of the people of IPSF for listening to us. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, I'll move on to motion 47, please. Motion 47. Motion 47 states this: the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the contact person of UFA Philippines for the year 2022. We have Gab who is here. Gab, are you ready for a presentation of friends?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I just would like to remind the assembly of the time limit that was stated by April's secretary in presentation time, and also reminder to turn on cameras and make sure you say thank you before you begin and state your name and association you are from before you start speaking. Okay, with that, I would like to pass the floor to Gabriel. The floor is yours.
Hey, thank you so much, TK. So hi, everyone. This is Gab, the CP of UFA. First, I would like to apologize if it's lagging on my end because I am currently in school, so the Wi-Fi is quite slow. But today, I'll be presenting UFA's annual report. So next slide, please. Okay, sorry, it's lagging. But so UFA stands for the University of the Philippines Pharmaceutical Association. So we are a local organization here in the Philippines representing students from the University of the Philippines, Manila. And the UFA Student Council stands at the apex of our organization. So currently we have 465 members. Next slide, please. So our vision and mission is to represent and unite the student body of our college and to preserve and promote the general welfare of our students. And as for our organizational structure, so we usually have 16 officers. We have 6 members of the executive committee, and then we have 10 batch representatives. So next slide, please. So for our project, so first, in the start of the year, we had a Buhan traversing through unforeseen times. So this was a mass-oriented leadership event that aims to build the critical and analytical foundations of student leadership. And then we also had an introduction to the IPSF known as Pharma to Class. This was a flagship project of our International Relations Committee, which aims to motivate Filipino pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences students to be more active in the Federation. And we also have our annual initiative, which is 𝐸𝐸 UFA Emergency Response, which aims to address the calls of our fellow Filipinos, especially during times of calamity. So next slide, please. So we also had Youth Against AMR. So this was our collaboration with other student health organizations. So basically, this was on antimicrobial resistance, where we educated high school students about the topic. And then we also had our annual white coat ceremony. So this was a virtual ceremony to commemorate the achievement of students in our college, especially the 4th and some of the 5th year students as well. And lastly, we had our UFA Pharmacy Week. So this was a 4-part project. So first, we had a webinar known as Our Vote, Our Future. We also had our health awareness challenge known as In the Zone. And we also had our pizza raffle and our information drive. Next slide, please. So we also had PubMatuto, a PubMath designing workshop. So this was a webinar to teach individuals about the basics of graphic design and as well as publicity material designing. We also had our annual project as well, which is the UFA Starter Kit, where we provided the necessary uniforms, lab gowns, and nameplates for the students in our college. And we also had our first inter-association collaboration with BEMFF UI, known as the Comparative Study. So this had a theme of pajama party, and this aims to establish a good relationship between our members and to exchange information between our associations as well. So next slide, please. So we also had another collaboration with BMFF UI, which was for Zero Discrimination Day. So we made a campaign. This was called Inspirare, Empowering Society Through Laws of Inclusivity, where we raise awareness about laws that discriminate and what can be done to address them. We also had a webinar called Respect My Opinion Lang Po, an election on transcending political echo chambers to discuss various electoral issues. And for World Health Day, we had a webinar called How Earth Became This Generation's Newest Station, which aims to inform participants on how they can protect the planet and their health, as well as issues that prevent us from doing so. Next slide, please. So we also had From Policy to Practice, an election on the impacts of effective health leadership and community-led solutions in the pandemic. So originally, this was a webinar, but due to conflicting schedules with our speakers, we decided to post this as a video instead. And we also had our income-generating project called the Merch Index UFA Edition, where we sold shirts, polos, and a windbreaker to our students, as well as the faculty, staff, and alumni. And then we had our collaboration with MyPSA, NUFPS, PSAT, and VNUHCMPO for Let's Fight the Fakes. So this was a 2-part collaboration. So the first part was a panel discussion, and then the second part, we posted infographics on common falsified and substandard drugs in our countries. Next slide, please. So recently, we also had our collaboration with 𝐀𝐏𝐑𝐎, which is called the Scolio series. So this was in celebration of Scoliosis Awareness Month, where we posted videos that tackle topics related to scoliosis, and we also shared the stories of scoliosis patients. And lastly, we also collaborated with APEFYB Peru and APEF Portugal on a booklet for World Blood Donor Day called Blood Donation, an Act of Love, which we posted on our social media pages. And next slide, please. So unfortunately, UFA does not have a student exchange program as of now, but hopefully next time we can have one as well. Next slide, please. So for our final remarks, again, UFA was limited to online events this year due to the ongoing COVID pandemic in the Philippines. But nevertheless, we produced numerous projects that were relevant and timely and also beneficial to our members and other individuals. And as for our activity reports, as of June 17, I submitted 19 activity reports. And before this RA, I also submitted an additional 2, so this totals to 21. And for an evaluation on our organization, so again, we organized a lot of new and relevant projects, and we also maintained our activity on a local and international level. Next slide, please. So for our last slide, so our future expectations for our organization is to remain enthusiastic in executing projects and to continue to encourage our members to be active in local and international events. And for future expectations for IPSF APRO, we just hope that they could continue organizing webinars, workshops, and projects that are beneficial to its members. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel, for your presentation. Right now, I would like to open the floor for discussion. If any member of the assembly who wish to speak on this motion. Okay, we have a new comment from Fanny Annabelle Sulistyo from BFF Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, for the floor. This is Fanny from BAM FFUI. First of all, congratulations, UFA, for finishing your mandate successfully and for being open to collaborate with BAM FFUI. My question is that you mentioned UFA Pharmacy Week project in which you managed to reach more than 2,000 people, which is incredible. What are your strategies in order to reach thousands of participants during those 4 events? Thank you.
Thank you, Fannabel Solistio. I would like to direct this question back to Gabriel. Gabriel, the floor is yours.
So thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Again, this is Gab, the CP of UFA. Sorry, it's raining very hard. But thank you, Fanny, as well for your kind words. To answer your question, actually, for our UFA Pharmacy Week, we sent invitations to other local student pharmacy organizations so that they'll be aware of our events. And we also partnered with some organizations as well so that they could share our posts on social media. And through this, we were able to gather a lot of participants. Thank you.
Thank you. Please help to clear the speaker list, please. Sorry, please help to clear the speaker list in the parliamentary system. Thank you. If there's any member of the assembly who wishes to speak on this motion, please put in your new comments through the speaker list for the next 5 seconds. Okay, I see that there is none. So I would like to close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay. I see that there's none. For full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. For full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. Do we have anyone from KNEPS? Scrutineers, once you're done counting, you can put up the results in the parliamentary system. Thank you. Full members, thank you for your votes. Please put on our voting cards. 12 full members have voted for this motion. With that, this motion 47 has passed unanimously. Congratulations to UFA Philippines and Gabriel. Would you like to say a few words to the assembly?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So again, this is Gab of CP of UFA. Again, I'm sorry it's raining so hard, but thank you to the RWG for helping UFA in the past few years. And also it's been great to work with all of you. And I just hope for a continuously fruitful RA. Thank you so much.
Thank you. With that, I would like to move on to motion 48. Can I have motion 48 on the parliamentary system, please? Motion 48 states the C24 of IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly sets and adopts the annual report of the contact person of PSA Taiwan for the year 2022. We have Elena who is on the call with us. Elena, okay, just give me a moment. Okay, maybe not. Okay, Elena, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. This is 𝐸𝐬𝐬𝐸. So you can call me Alina, CB of PSA Taiwan, and I'm going to share the annual report from PSA Taiwan this year. Next slide, please. So I'll start from the introduction. First, PSA Taiwan stands for Pharmaceutical Student Association of Taiwan, and we joined IPSF in 2000 as member in association. And we now have 17 working groups, and we are recognized as a civil association by the Ministry of Inter Taiwan. since 2021, and now we have 3,018 members from pharmacy through 9 pharmacy schools throughout Taiwan. Next page, please. And this is the structure of PSA Taiwan. So you can see that we have presidents and executive board and internal community. So in our internal community, we have training, professional development, and public health, pharmacy education departments. And for our external community, we have international affairs department, student exchange program team. And for our administration department, we have information and media department, membership department, publication department, and public relations departments. And so our vision and missions are strengthening the relationship between pharmacy school and also building strong contact with pharmaceutical student association worldwide and cultivating global perspectives of our students. Next slide, please. And now I'm going to share some activities from different departments. So for training department, we have leaders in training from January 25th to 27th with lectures, workshop, model, WHA, work cafe, and reach 20 participants. So we hope that Taiwan pharmacy students can learn more about leadership and these activities and eventually present and speak out for our beloved country, Taiwan, in the future. And our personal brand management workshop was on March 26th. In this workshop, participants learned from an internet celebrity about how to manage their brand and attract influence. And this event reached 29 participants. Next slide, please. So for our professional development department, we have industrial skills events, which is an event that participants need to solve pharmaceutical and industrial cases. So this event contains marketing competitions, and we held on January 24th to 25th and reached 36 participants. And for our clinical skills events, we provide educational opportunities for members to demonstrate their clinical pharmaceutical knowledge. And we prepare many clinical questions in both Chinese and English, reach 6 participants. And for our patient counseling event, PCE, with also Chinese and English groups, we held during our pharmacy club on May 14th this year and reached 61 participants. Next slide, please. For our public health department, our blood donation campaign collaborate with Federation of Public Health Students Association in Taiwan and reach 50 donors. And for our community health campaign this year, work with National Cheng-Kung University with topics diabetes, 3 hypers, and health education sessions reach approximately 100 participants. Next slide, please. And as for our AMR event this mandate, we set up education booths on 4 campuses and China Medical University, Dara University, Jiangnan University, Taipei Medical University, and by answering the question about AMR and taking part in lucky draws. So we hope that passersby may improve awareness and understanding of AMR. And this event reached 195 participants. Next slide, please. Our pharmacy education department held some new event this mandate. So the vet make it for farm collaborate with Federation of Medical Students in Taiwan and also Taiwan Veterinary Medicine Student Association with lectures, salons, and debates and reached 29 participants. So, and as for the pharmacy career workshop for high school students, contain lectures, salons, and online-offline hybrid sharing sessions. Reached 35 participants attend in person, 66 participants registered online. Next slide, please. This is the international collaborate, this mandate. So we have EA workshop with KNAPS and APS Japan. We'll discuss the lives of pharmacy students in workshop and reach 25 participants. And ongoing pharmacy formatting with PSA Hong Kong, IPSA and USPS content health campaigns workshop and pimple event will be held in August. Next slide, please. So for the student exchange program, we have 47 co-business mandate, and we canceled the incoming due to the pandemic this year. And for the summer SEP outgoing, we submit 14 students, and 4 were interested by some countries, and others were mostly refused by the host country. And we will hold our next slide, please. And we will hold our virtual SEP by live streaming on August 28th. So yes, if you are interested in it, please come and experience Taiwan. Next slide, please. So this is our final remarks. So this mandate, we will collaborate with many associations. I got fruitful experience. So yes, I wrote United Stress, and we shared 5 activity reports. 1 is ongoing. So and next is we hope that all members be passionate and creative and optimistic, and we hope that our members can always be passionate and love what they are doing in PSA Taiwan. So our future expansion on the organization and IPSF and APRO is maintain and create great bonds with IPSF APRO organization to get fascinating insights. So yes, that's all for the report. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to now open the floor for discussion for this motion. If there are any members who wish to speak on this motion, please put your new comments through the speaker list. I'll wait for the next 5 seconds. I see that there's none. With that, I'll proceed to close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. I see that there is none. For full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay, scrutineers, once the voting is complete, towards the counting. Okay, thank you. All 12 full members have voted for this motion. With that, this motion passed unanimously. Congratulations to PSA Taiwan. Eleanor, would you like to say a few words to the assembly?
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. Sorry, I just out of time. And so thank you all PSA Taiwan working groups and members, and also IPSF APRO and OCPs I worked with. I really have a great time working with you guys and learn a lot from you. So thank you, and hope to see you guys someday. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. With that, I would like to move on to motion 49. Can I have motion 49 on the parliamentary system, please? Motion 49 states, this the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific General Assembly says and adopts the annual report of the contact person of Uzbekistan for the year 2022. As per the partner information from IPSF APRO secretary, we did not receive any report. We did not receive any report from. We did not receive any. Other we did not receive any report from the contact person of IPSF Uzbekistan. With that, I'd like to open the floor for discussion. If there's any members who wish to speak on this motion, please put your new comments in the speaker list. I see that there's none. I would like to proceed, close the floor for discussion and also proceed to voting. So full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay. Okay. Scrutineers, please help me to count. Okay, thank you, full members. You can put on your voting cards. Okay, with that, 12 full members have voted against this motion. So motion 49 did not pass. And with that, I would like to move on to motion 50. Motion 50. Motion 50 states, this T24 IPSF Asia Pacific General Assembly accepts and adopts the annual report of the contact person of VNU, ACMPO Vietnam, for the year 2021-2022. We have Julie, who is with us today. Give me a moment to screen your annual report. All right. Okay, just give me a moment. Yep, Julie, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Chair, for giving me the floor. Hi, everyone. It's Julie. I'm CPO VNU, XMC PO Vietnam. I'm going to report activity in May 2021 and 2022. Next slide, please. Our full name is Vietnam National University Ho Chi Minh Pharmacy Organization. Since the 3rd of August 2019, VNU PO has joined IPSF APRO as member in association. We are representative for more than 215 pharmacy students in School of Medicine, Vietnam National University, and proud to be the first pharmacy academic club in our university. Next slide, please. About our structure. The Executive Board represents the whole association, arranging goals and managing the affair, which are led by the President. Below, we have 4 departments, including Secretary Board, Academic Board, International Relationship Board, Media and Event Board. Contact person is the leader of International Relationship Board. About our vision and mission, our association aims to create an academic environment for our members to enhance skill as well as knowledge in pharmaceutical education. VNU PO could be the cross link between students from School of Medicine and IPSF or pharmacists around the world. Our mission is to help members integrate into international and professional environment. Next slide, please. Yeah, and the first major activity I'd like to highlight is the ANFA project. 2021 was a challenging year for VNU PO in particular and for Vietnam in general. Since Vietnam received a heaviest COVID-19 outbreak ever, so we focus on developing and connecting relationships between members through the ANFA project. For almost 2 months, the ANFA project implemented by VNU PO aimed to strengthen core team member growth skills. The speaker and member of VNU PO with extensive experience in the required fields. The project is a great learning opportunity and really gets a lot of support from 28 members. After this project, our members really share many things with each other, especially during the difficult time of the COVID-19 outbreak. Next slide, please. By 2022, we have joined with other organizations in our university to implement the Bring Volunteer campaign. It is a series of volunteering activities organized by Ho Chi Minh City Communist Youth Unions, usually in spring and before the Tết holiday of Vietnam. Under it, this campaign was partly affected by the pandemic and has to do most of the activity online. It is still a very meaningful experience. We collaborated with our university to design publications related to the COVID-19 pandemic. It spread health messages to raise people awareness of self-reservation and protection within the community against the pandemic during 2022 Lunar New Year. Next slide, please. During this mandate, we also continue to connect and collaborate with other IPSF associations. VNUPO had 2 online meetings, including Polish English and Pharma Cafe, realizing the importance of using English to communicate. The main goal of the meeting is to create the comfortable and cozy environment so that pharmacy students from different countries could freely practice and improve their English skills. With the invitation from IPSA Poland, an online meeting called Polit English between VNUPO members and other pharmacy students from Poland and Pakistan were organized. Participants come in and share their experiences in their student life and also their culture. For this meeting, there are 4 members of VNUPO joined. In addition, in May 2022, VNUPO promoted a project called Pharma Cafe with the invitation from IPSF APRO Asia. This is an online meeting between pharmacy students from Algeria, Croatia, and Vietnam. For this meeting, there are 7 members from VNUPO joined. Next slide, please. One of the remarkable achievements that VNUPO received this year is Let's Fight the Fake project. VNUPO, together with UFA Philippines, IPSA Malaysia, BSAT Thailand, and NUSBS Singapore organized a 2-part project. We got 68 participants in the webinar and received an average of 295 interactions in infographic posts. The project really made our relationship become stronger and provide a multi-dimensional view of substandard and counterfeit work for students from different countries. Next slide. Yeah, and we can say that this is a challenge years of VNUPO Vietnam, but we still have 6 activities until now with 3 project submissions. Based on the situation of the pandemic in Vietnam, our activities tend to implement in such a way that comply with government guidelines and help spread awareness and information about pandemic, such as Spring Volunteer Campaign or Vacancy Project, which is the project we are going now. The big achievement this year is that we have more international activity with other IPSF associations compared to last year. In this mandate, we plan to continue to follow up our vision that help members integrate into international and professional environment. Next slide, please. However, we still face with some difficulties such as lack of human resources. Most of activity were held online and some activity were in trouble due to technical issues. Our members share with us that they feel it's shy to join international activities because English is not the official language in Vietnam. Therefore, when promoting APRO events, especially IPSF Kaohsiung 2022, we use Vietnamese to buy translated from English content as a better approach to our members. See from the limitation, we VNUPO are still trying harder to offer students more special projects to encourage more members to join international activity of IPSF and IPSF APRO, especially competition in debates. Moreover, being a part of SEP is our next step to getting more involved in regional activities. Yeah, and I think that's all from me. Thank you, Sui, for sharing the slide.
Thank you, Julie, for the presentation. I would like to, we do have a new comment from Hira Kainat from IPSF Pakistan. The floor is yours.
Thank you, TK, for giving me the floor. So first of all, I would like to congratulate
Sorry, Hira, you have to introduce yourself and the association you're from before you start speaking. Thank you.
Can you hear me, TK?
Okay, so Hira, so you can say thank you, Chair. Hira, PPHSF Pakistan.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for rectifying me. So, thank you for giving me the floor. I'm Hira Khanna, CVP HSF Pakistan, and I would like to congratulate Vietnam for your annual report. And I would like to ask one question. In your project, you have developed skills, core skills for your members. What type of are these skills actually?
Okay, thank you, Hira, for the question. Maybe can I get you to clarify on the question? Could you repeat your question? Because there were a lot of air to the mic, so I think there were some difficulty with the air. So yeah, could you repeat the question?
Yes.
Thank you.
I would like to repeat the question. My question is like, what were the skills? What were the core skills you developed in your members in your project? Thank you.
Thank you, Hira, for the question. I would like to direct the question to Julie. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Can you clarify the question for me? That's you means that's the goals of our project, right?
Julie, Hira was asking for the core skills that that you train in the members through the projects.
Yeah, okay. And sorry, it does noisy from my place because it's raining here. Okay, I hope it's. Do you hear me? Because it's
Yes.
raining in my home.
Yes, Julie, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, for the ANFA project, we have friends, our core team member with many skills, just like how to write an emails, how to improve and develop our CV, and we train them how you use the tool to make a poster like that, and we share with each other about the studying life and the knowledge and how to overcome the difficult time of COVID-19 outbreak. Sometimes like that, it's just a cozy sharing between us, and as member could like to share about their knowledge and their experience. Yeah. And some soft skill like that, like how to write an email and poster, and yeah, and leadership too. How to lead an event.
Okay, thank you, Julie. Hera, if you have any direct, please feel free to put it through the speaker list. Can I get the committee to clear the speaker list, please? And this is just to the ODs. If you find that like there's a technical that's ongoing, feel free to put your question in the chat box, but only after you've been given the floor, please. Yeah. Okay. If there's anyone else who wish to speak and ask on this motion, please put your comments through the speaker list. Let's wait for another 5 seconds. I see that there's none, so I would like to close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put your voting cards. Who are against? Okay. I see that there's none. For full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. Sorry, Enzeb, so it would be great if you can see the visual of your face as well, because anybody can be holding the voting cards. Thank you. Okay. Scrutineers, please help to count. And yeah. Okay, thank you. Full members, you can put on your voting cards. 12 votes, 12 full members for this motion. With that, the annual report of contact person of VNU CMPO has been accepted. Julie, do you have any words to say to the assembly?
Yeah. And as a contact person of WinGPO, I would like to say thank you for all of you guys that support WinGPO a lot. And it's an amazing year for me. And we have good time working together and successfully organize some project. I really appreciate all the moment I had in this journey. Thank you and wish you the best.
Thank you, Julie. With that, I would like to move on to motion 51, please. Motion 51 states the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the update report of 22nd IPSF Asia Pacific Pharmaceutical Symposium 2023. Oh, this is where the exciting stuff is here. Okay, we have Baron Christopher who is here with us. As a chair, I'm excited to have him share the screen and give you all the presentation and the update. Without further ado, I'd like to pass the floor to Baron. The floor is yours. You can share the screen.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much, TK, for the floor. I'll share the screen right now. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Once again, thank you so much, Chair, for the floor. My name is Baron from IPSF 2023. And on behalf of my team, I would like to give you all the progress report that we have done over the past year. We'll start with the overview of our updates. This will be the overview of our updates. We'll start with the general introduction of our general team. We picked the role of pharmacists in implementing SDGs after the pandemic and more as our general team. Moving forward, this was our proposed date, with the APPS will likely held between the 3rd and the 9th of July 2023. We were sticking with the 360 total participants as we proposed last year. While there are slight changes in our venue, for the hotel and accommodation of APPS, it would be the Grand Mercure Yogyakarta, while for the LIT, it would be Porta by the Ambarukmo. For the symposiums, competitions, and workshop, we will be sticking at the Universitas Gadjah Mada, the Faculty of Pharmacy. For the symposium and workshop, we still have we stick with the general theme, which is the pharmacist's role in implementing SDGs after the pandemic and more, with the main topic lies within the zero waste and pharmaceutical industries, mental health, role of pharmacists in IPE and industrial revolutions, as well as new vaccines and global health. For the workshop, we have two types of workshop, educational and cultural. Well, for the educational, we have some topics such as Epidemiology 101, marine pharmacy, natural pharmacy, and implementation of AI in pharmaceutical development. Moving on, for the cultural workshop, we would like to teach and introduce Indonesians' culture through our workshops to all of the participants. Moving on, for the competitions, we have 6 types of competitions: CE, ISE, CSE, PCE, poster competition, and storytelling competition, with the poster competition having a general theme of improving broader global health efforts through efficient healthcare, medications use, and therapy. For the public health campaign, we picked 2 main themes: mental health and maintaining healthy post-pandemic life. We also have some fun activities such as traditional games and excursion trips. While for the social event, we would be having a welcoming night, Indonesian local food festival, Indonesian and international night, free night, as well as a gala night. This would be the schedule of the APPS itself. Well, for the registration fee is for the first phase would be 319 euros, second phase would be 342 euros, while the third phase would be 365 euros. Well, for the Indonesian packages, we provide a few of those for around 203 euros. For the post-symposium tour, we would be having it in Bali, where we will visit Garuda Wisnu Kencana, Pura Uluwatu, Nusa Penida, Ubud, and Kintamani. The price of the PST, it will be around 290 euros, while for the LIT registration fee, it will be 174 euro. These are our proposed sponsors. Sorry. Okay. For the health protocol and worst case scenario, currently we are keeping up with the COVID situation in Yogyakarta and Bali, as well as following up with the regulations that our government have with holding mass events in pandemic time. And if during those times those regulations still applies, we would also follow them throughout our events. And as we mentioned last year, if we have to move the event online, we won't cut any symposiums, any workshop, and any competitions. Therefore, we might need an extra day or two for for the APPS. Therefore, this is the online scheme for the APPS. Other than those that we have mentioned previously, these are our additional progress, such as we have recruited all of the APPS reception committees, we have finalized our budget plan, and we have created the proposal needed to approach our sponsors. Moreover, we also have created the bank accounts needed and the email account, which is very administrational stuff. Moving on, this would be the timeline of the next year for our preparation. Would be contacting our sponsors, starting our publication, and then our social media team would also start on optimizing our websites and social media before we start our registration phase in late January. That's our update. Moving on to our financials. Just a second.
I am not too sure if Baron is speaking. Baron, are you speaking?
Yeah, sorry. Technical problems.
Okay, you can resume.
Can you hear me now?
You can resume your presentation.
Okay, thank you so much. These are our budget plans for as we mentioned earlier, we would be having around 360 participants with 153 RCs. The total budget would be around 227,000 euros, with 107 from sponsorship and the rest from the registration fee. For the expenses, we divided into three parts: internal, external, and programs. For the internal, we would be having a total of which includes secretary expenses, treasury expenses, media expenses, logistic expenses, security, and human resources, and it all add up to 131,000 approximately, with the most of the budget um, contributes to the logistics. Moving on to the program, it would be used for professional development, which is the competition, pharmacy education, which is the symposium, workshop, and the poster competitions, and public health campaign, um, a- and also social night event. It would all round up to around 25,245 euros. While for the externals, it would be used for public relations, group leaders, public relations, marketing,
Okay, Baron, just a moment. Can I ask Baron, how long more do you need to complete your report and presentation?
I'm almost done with the budget.
Can you pick a number, please? How many minutes more do you need?
2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes granted. Please complete your report in 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, TK, for the additional time. The total fee for the APPS would be around 217,000 euros, with the economic uncertainty of 5% of a total around 22,700 euros. For the PST, it would be the total of 30,000 euros, with a 4,000 euros from sponsorships and the rest from the registration fees. And for the LITs, it would be around 8,200 with 4,000 from sponsorship. With that being said, it has come to the end of my updates for APPS. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Baron. With that, I would like to share back my. Okay, just a moment. Okay, we do have, oh no, wait. Okay, we do have the first speaker, Amiratu Mutia Wasasani from HMF APITP Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Hi, thank you so much, TK, for the floor, and as well, thank you for Baron for a very informative presentation on APPS for next year. Wish you all the best for that. But also, I'd just like to ask for your PCT. It was located in Bali, but knowing that World Congress will be in Bali as well, I would just like to know the reason why you guys chose Bali for your PCT. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to pass the floor to Baron to address the question.
Okay, thank you so much, TK, for the floor, and thank you for the questions regarding our why we choose Bali as our BST location. We understand that Bali is a very popular among tourists. And from the options that we have from our considerations, I think the PST, having our PST in Bali would be our best options now for APPS. That's why we still pick Bali as our PST, even though we knew the WC would be also held in Bali next year. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. If any direct, please feel free to, and if there are any direct to the issue that are being discussed right now, please feel free to put a direct comment. Okay, if not, I'll pass to the new comments by the observer. Who is the observer that put up the question?
Mr. Chairperson, I put the question.
Okay, Farah, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I'm Farah from Indonesia as an observer. First of all, I would like to congratulate the APPS 2023 team for coming this far. And my question is, what is your strategy in achieving your number of participants goal? Thank you.
Before I pass the floor back to Baron, I have a clarification made with the regional secretary. Okay, I would like to pass the floor back to Baron to address the question. Baron, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Chair, for the floor, and thank you for the questions. In order for us to fulfill our numbers for participant, we will be heavily relying on our social media publications that will be helped with our team. We would be optimizing all of the social media that we have from Facebook and Instagram, and I remember my social media team would also expand it to LinkedIn also. And then we will also need we would also ask help from next year's RRO to communicate our events with the CPs and the SEOs of each associations with an APRO. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Baron. For the question, I would like to pass the floor to Sean. Shun Shuolin, Sean, IPSF Chairperson of APPS 2022. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. My name is Sean Lin, I'm Chairperson of APPS 2022. First of all, thank you, Baron, for your impressive presentation, and thank you for the update. I have a question regarding the financial report, the budget plan of APPS 2023. I see that the desired amount of sponsorships is almost 110,000 euros. And I see this as a relatively big amount. And just wanted to ask you, how are you planning to manage to get to the desired amount of sponsorships, and what are the progress that you have right now? Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. I would like to pass the floor to Baron to address the question.
Okay, thank you, TK, for the floor. Regarding the amount of sponsorship that we have, we already talked about it to our to the faculty member in our university, and we have discussed it with them regarding the amount of it. And then our strategy would be using their connections that they have with companies that we put as our proposed sponsors to put up the sponsors and talk to them about becoming the sponsors for APPS. For now, that's the progress that we have. We have talked to the dean and the vice dean of our faculty about it, and they're willing to help us with finding those sponsors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Baron, for the question. Now I would like to ask Mr. Shun Shuolin, Sean, if you have any direct.
No direct for now. Thank you, Baron. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. With that, I would like to move on to the next. Help me clear the speaker list. I would like to move on to the next speaker. Fanny Annabelle Sulistio from BMFF Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is Fanny from BMFF. First of all, congratulations for your updates. My question is that, have you prepared any backup plan if the event, especially the APPS 2023, unfortunately isn't able to be held offline, considering that the COVID cases in Indonesia is starting to rise again? Thank you.
Thank you, Fanny, for the question. I would like to pass the floor to Baron. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor, and thank you for the questions regarding the plan for APPS. Currently, we have a few backup plans. So currently what you're seeing is our plan A. We also have a plan B and plan C in our hand, and also an online plan. So we would monitor the condition of COVID in Indonesia and around Asia Pacific as time goes by to make sure that the plan that eventually we picked would be the best plan for this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Baron. I would like to pass the floor next to Patricia Heidi from BMFF Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairperson Heidi from BMFUI. First of all, congrats, Kabaran, for giving us this update. I would like to ask regarding previously, you mentioned that as one of your promotion strategies, you would like to involve the next RO. So I would like to ask you to elaborate more on what are your expectations for the future RWG to be involved in APPS 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Patricia Heidi, BMFF Indonesia. I would like to pass the floor back to Baron APPS Chairperson 2023. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Chair, for the floor, and thank you, Patricia, for the questions. Regarding my expectations of RWGs next year in preparation of APPS, we would love for the RWGs to help the publications of APPS through the meetings that we would have with CPs and SEOs. That's for the RRO part. We would love for to have regular communications with them to ensure that the publications effort are in progress every month. And then for the rest, such as the chairperson and RPO, we would love to help. We would love for them to help us with the competitions, inputs for the symposiums, and for the inputs for the symposiums and for the workshops. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Could you help me to clear the speaker list? And let's see if there's any members of the assembly who wish to speak on this matter. Okay, I see that there is none. So I'll proceed to close the motion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay, I see that there's none. I would like to ask full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. Okay. Scrutineers, please help me to count and put the vote results in the voting results on the parliamentary system. Okay. Okay, thank you. Full members, you can put on your voting cards. With that, 12 full members have voted to accept and adopt the update report, the 22nd IPSF Asia Pacific Pharmaceutical Symposium 2023. Baron, we look forward to a good APPS following year. And since APPS 2023 hasn't happened yet, I cannot give you the floor to say a few words. But with that, I would like to move on to the next motion, motion 52. Thank you. Motion 52 reads, this the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly assesses and adopts the update report of 7th IPSF APRO Good Pharmacy Practice Education Program 2022. We have Jihan, who is here in the call with us. Jihan, would you like me to share the screen, or do you want to share your own screen?
I can share my own screen, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Jihan, once you're ready, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. Hello, everyone. My name is Jihan, and I'm the chairperson for the 7 Good Pharmacy Practice Education Program 2022 BMFF UI Indonesia. So, as we've actually discussed a few times before, our general theme for this year's GPPED is frontrunners in healthcare services, strengthening the multifaceted roles of pharmacists. Here are a few objectives of this program. First is to discuss the development and implementation of good pharmacy practice, especially in Asia Pacific countries, to highlight and emphasize the diverse role of pharmacists as explained by the good pharmacy practice framework, and to inform and educate pharmacy students and fresh graduates regarding the importance of both theoretical and practical knowledge in implementing good pharmacy practice. This is our proposed rundown. As you can see, this event is going to be held on the 10th, 11th, 17th, and 18th of September. With the following rundown, we are going to have a opening ceremony, symposiums, journal review competition presentations, fun games, and other social events as well. For the symposiums, we're going to be discussing 3 big topics. First is good pharmaceutical practice, what and why is it so important? So as you may all know that good pharmacy practice is still a foreign concept to a lot of pharmacy students and fresh graduates. That's why we're going to kickstart the event by introducing good pharmacy practice as a framework on its own. And for the second topic, we're going to discuss about vaccine development through the eyes of the researchers. We've been dealing with the pandemic for quite some time now, but still vaccine development is one interesting topic that can be discussed for us pharmacists, as we can learn further about how we can collaborate with other healthcare providers and the actual what it's like as professional pharmacists to be able to develop a vaccine in such a short amount of time and under a lot of pressure, like our current situations. And for the last symposiums, we're going to discuss about e-pharmacy, the future that we don't know we need, because this is still a hot topic for a lot of pharmacists since there are many different regulations regarding e-pharmacy in different countries. That's why we're going to address this topic. And for the workshop, we're going to discuss two topics. And for this particular event, we're going to ask the participants to participate more actively and engage in the sessions by doing some study cases solving. So for the topic, we're going to discuss the use of herbal medications and solving drug-related problems, where participants will receive brief introduction regarding each topics from our speakers and then proceed to receive simple study cases. And then participants will continue to be put in breakout rooms where they'll discuss the cases in small groups and present their findings to the floor so we can collectively learn. And for this year, we're also going to be having a journal review competitions. This is something new that we propose to be able to be executed during this event. So during this competition, participants are expecting to do a tour study on a journal of their choice, create a comprehensive presentation and slide understandings and present it to judges as well as the 7 GPPED participants. So there will be 2 big rounds for this competition. There will be a preliminary round where participants are asked to submit their review, and then for the final rounds, they're going to make presentations and present it in front of the whole participants of GPPED. So for the requirements, as you can see, participants can register as a group of 2 or 3 people, and all members of the group must register for the event in itself because there are going to be 2 different links for registrations. And for the benefits, there will be prize money and winner certificates for the winners, and all participants will receive certificate of participation. We are also, of course, going to have some social events to make the event more fun. First, we're going to have the welcoming night. We also have fun games, international nights, and gala night. Expect a lot of fun from these sessions because we're going to ask your active participation as well by following along with the games that have been prepared by the reception committee. This is our provisional budget. As you can see, there are just a rough summary of our budget for the expenditure and income. For the registration in itself, we've already begun official registration. We've opened registration since yesterday, July 1st, and we're going to open the first phase of the registration until August 7th, where you can register for the event, the competition, and also do pre-order for merchandise, which is incoming soon. For the merchandise, we're going to have an announcement for the merchandise later. And for the second phase, you can still do registration for the event, but no longer can do any registration for the competitions and for merchandise. And this is a free registration. Only CPCL is required to confirm that you are a member of IPSF APRO. This is our contact and social media. Please follow them if you haven't. And if you have any question, you can ask directly to any of the accounts. And you can also directly contact me through my email at gpped@apro.ipsf.org. So I think that is all for the progress report from me. Back to the chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Jihan, for your presentation. I would share the parliamentary screen back. Okay. For any members who, can you see mine? Okay. For any members who wish to speak on this matter, sorry, just give me a moment now. Correct. For any members who wish to speak on this motion, please put your speaker list. Please put your comments through the speaker list, please. I'm going to keep it open for the next 5 seconds. Okay, I see that there's none, so I'll proceed to close the floor for discussion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. I see that there's none. For full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. Scrutineers, please help to count and update the voting results on the parliamentary system, please. Thank you. Full members, you can put on your voting cards. With that, 12 full members have voted for accepting and adopting the update report of the 7th IPSF Asia APRO Good Pharmacy Practice Education Program 2022. I would like to pass the floor back to Jihan to say a few words to the assembly regarding the program and the motion. Jihan.
Okay, thank you, Chair. So I guess I'm just excited to welcome you guys for our GPPED. So don't forget to register yourself. You can also access our social media accounts for the information. Since it's a free event, I look forward to seeing a lot of you guys joining this event and have a good time with us. Thank you very much and have a good session for the rest of the RA.
Thank you, Jihan. With that, can I have motion 53 on the parliamentary system, please? Okay, motion 53, this is the 24th IPSF Asia Pacific Regional Assembly accepts and adopts the update report of IPSF APRO Regional Focus Project for the year 2021-2022. With that, I would like to invite Angela, the RPO, IPSF APRO RPO, to present the report. Are you here?
I'm here. Thank you, TK.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, Angela, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you, Chair. Angela here, IPSF APRO RPO. So I would like to give a progress report on this year's APRO Focus Project. So first of all, a short introduction to this year's APRO Focus Project. This year's APRO Focus Project is combined together with World Environment Day. So the focus and topic areas for this year's project is relating to ones that we chose for World Environment Day. So the aim is to become a platform for IPSF APRO contact persons to work together as a team, with being facilitated by the RPO and RRO subcoms as a way to enhance collaborative culture and improve cooperation between the member organizations, as well as increase awareness of member associations regarding the environmental health issues and encourage them to take part in planning and executing a well-researched set of projects as a solution to current environmental health issues. As a long-term impact, we hope that this platform could accommodate the chances of future collaboration and cooperations between the CPs and MOs, as well as provide opportunities for CPs and MOs to take part in making impactful and tangible projects in the region. The main deliverables is to execute 5 different projects based on each delegated topics, as well as that have been well researched and approved by the RWGs, as well as encourage the execution of offline projects to increase engagement and tangibility of the project itself. For the groups, we had 5 different groups. So the first group, we had 7 member organizations, and the facilitators, 2 from RPO and 1 from RRO. Their project topic was on household pharmaceutical waste disposal. The second team, they also had 7 members, 2 facilitators from RPO and 2 facilitators from RRO. Their main topic was on infection control. And for the third team, there's 6 members in the team, with 2 facilitators from RPO and 2 from RRO. Their main topic was chemical safety and pollution. For the fourth team, there was also 6 members, 2 facils from RPO and 2 facils from RRO. Their main topic was climate change and NTDs. And for the last team, there are 7 members with 2 facilitators from RPO and 1 from RRO. Their main topic was disaster management. In terms of project development, on October till November 2021, we created a survey to investigate the portfolio and topic that would be focused for this year's APRO Focus project. We also discussed general ideas and plans for AFP with the chairperson. In February and March, we discussed the possibilities of merging AFP with WED, with the aim to reduce the effectivity and efficiency of manpower to introduce a new topic for APRO Focus project this year. We then prepared a list of topics for the 5 teams, including their descriptions and the aim and deliverables of each topic. We then discussed the ideas with the RRO, and we also allocated the manpower as well. And we also released the call document and conducted the Kickstart meeting along with the CPs and facilitators. On March, April, the team started to plan their general concept, We also conducted a mandatory check-in meeting for all the teams. This meeting is aimed for the RWGs to know the current progress of each team, to provide constructive feedback regarding on the projects that they plan to execute. They also have the chance to revise their projects according to the feedbacks that were given to them before they conduct their final presentation to the RWGs during the project clinic. On May till June, the project clinic was a bit pushed back due to a lot of clashing schedules with current events, and to also give them more time so that they could finalize their projects. Most of the teams chose to conduct their projects online as it is more feasible, but there was also 2 member organizations who managed to choose offline events and conduct their events voluntarily with their organizations other than the projects that they have chosen to conduct with their team. Since most of the events are held online, the RWGs have requested for the teams to submit RMPO proposals and the contents by mid-end of June so that the RMPO team can assist in editing and uploading the campaign results. Projects are planned to be finished and executed by the end of August. So here are the list of projects. For Team 1, topic with household pharmaceutical waste disposal, their plan is to do digital and printed posters or banners with basic information on the do's and don'ts of medicine disposal. And one of the team members will be conducting the offline event in the form of a workshop to discuss the topic. For Team 2, they are planning to create a video series tackling the different infectious disease and infection control measures in our respective countries. Third team, creating an educational video campaign discussing the situation of chemical safety, how it impacts lives and purpose measure for chemical safety. For the fourth team, they're conducting a TikTok challenge to educate and create awareness on mosquito-borne diseases. And the last team, they will create a 5 to 10 minute campaign. They'll be discussing the assigned topic. One member organization will be conducting an offline event in the form of a workshop to regarding the discussed assigned topic. So for the road ahead, we will make sure that they will complete all the projects and execute all of them between the set deadlines before the mandate ends. And one member organization finished their offline event, and one other is going to finish up in the future months. In terms of evaluation, I would like to thank the RWGs, the CPs, the RPO, and also RRO subcommittees as they have helped through the conduction of this event. RPO and RROs in terms of being great facilitators, and also for the CPs for creating and working together as a team to create amazing, tangible, and impactful projects. Overall, this project was able to be executed thanks to many parties, although I would say there are a few things that that we could have improved, like for example, in terms of strict timelines. Hence, it resulted in the dragging of the project as well, and also more reminders, and maybe in terms of facilitating as well, we could have improved that so that we could have followed a better timeline. But other than that, this is the final report of the APRO Focus project. Thank you. I will give it back to the chair.
Thank you, Angela, for that. I would like to open the floor for discussion on this motion. If there's any member of the assembly who wish to speak, please please put your new comments through the speaker list. I see that there's none. With that, I'd like to proceed to close the discussion for this motion and proceed to voting. For full members who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Who are against this motion, please put out your voting cards. Technically, NUSPS, you're not visible, so we can't tell whether you're really there. Thank you. Okay. I see that there's none. For full members who are for this motion, please put out your voting cards. Scrutineers, please stop me to count and update the parliamentary system, please. We are waiting for the scrutineers. Thank you. Full members, you can put on voting cards. With 12 full members voting unanimously to accept and adopt the other reports of the April Focus project, this motion is passed. I would like to pass the floor to Angela to say a few words to the assembly.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. I would just like to say thank you to the CPs for all of the hard work. We are looking forward to the execution and the upload of the results of their projects, and also to the RWGs and also to the RPO and RR team for helping out and facilitating the project as well. So again, thank you very much. I will give it back to the Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, congratulations, Angela. With that, I would like to move on to motion 54, please. Okay, before we go into full force into motion 54, I know that we are about half an hour away from our recess. I just would like to get a sensing from the assembly on whether you want to have your recess earlier before this motion, or go for this motion and have recess after this motion. So if you wish to have, this is sort of have a sensing, right? So everybody please turn on cameras. Everybody who are not turning on the cameras, it's time to turn on cameras. Thank you. Okay. If you wish to have recess before this motion, that means have a break before this motion, please put your thumbs up. If you wish to have a recess after this motion, please put your thumbs down near to the camera so that we can see. Thumbs down. Okay, there is a mixed response. Let's see whether the procedure motion passed or not. Okay, so thank you everybody. Now full members, y'all can put on hands. Full members, this is where you have the power and the say in your voting rights. So if you are against this motion to suspend the standing orders, please later during the procedure motion, make sure you put an N. We see how things go. Since just not the assembly sentiment is to have a recess before, I would like to ask assembly if there's anyone who wish to propose and second the motion to suspend the standing orders. Proposed by BMFF UI Indonesia, seconded by FJSPP Asia Philippines. Okay, right now, full members, if you are for the motion to suspend the standing order, means go for recess now, please put a Y. If you are not, you wish to have this motion first before the recess, please put an N. Okay, you can vote now. Procedure. Okay, only one vote for scrutineers and secretary. Can you help me count? Make sure it's one vote per member association. Make sure you only count the full members. Yeah. Okay. FMs, full members. Secretary. And scrutineers. How many for, how many against? Scrutineers, can I suggest a recount? Scrutineer. Don't think this is correct. Can I suggest a recount of only full members? Okay, we have 8 full members in favor. Unfortunately, since it's a procedure motion, the procedure motion to suspend the standing order has passed. We'll have a recess first before we come back. But before that, let me get a quick clarification. Okay. Okay. Can I request that everyone take a 15-minute recess and be back by 4 p.m. GMT +8? Okay. Before we go through that, can we have a roll call first? Regional Secretary, can you help the roll call?
Yep. Meeting secretaries, are we ready for the roll call? Just send me a Y in the chat box if you are. Okay. NEPS Australia, MEPS India, ISMA FASI Indonesia, APS Japan, MyPSA Malaysia, NZ New Zealand, PPHSF Pakistan, FJC PPHA Philippines, KNEPS Republic of Korea, NUSPS Singapore, PSET Thailand, PDTUPO Vietnam. Yep, all 4 members in attendance.
Thank you. Correction. Since I just have been informed, reminded that the assembly is going to be until 7:15 GMT +8, I would like to propose the recess for 20 minutes. So with that, you can come back somewhere about 4:05 p.m. GMT +8. Please enjoy our recess, everybody. Get charged before